YouTube, this is Bronco doing a reach track review on, and this is my Ionized special, as I promised in my last video, the Cookie Monster special. And yeah, so let's get to it. So this first map is called Ionized, and obviously it's made by, excuse me, this first map is called Abstract Distortion, and obviously it is made by Ionized because this is the Ionized special. And this map is one of his first maps, and as you can see, it's kind of it is a double wide sky track, and this map was made in November, so you know, it's one of his older ones, but still very good quality and really nice sky track. It doesn't have any jumps except for one at the end, and so it's one of those sky tracks that has more of the rolling hills and long turns and such. But yeah, this next map is called Affliction, I think, and no, sorry, alpinestar SX, and this map was also made in November, and as you can tell, it's a supercross track, and that's pretty much what Ionized is famous for, is supercross tracks. And only downside to this map is the starting gates kind of take a long time to spawn. I think it's at it's either 15 or 20 seconds, but so, you know, it kind of takes a while, but gives everybody a chance to get ready for the race to start, I guess. And so the one thing I do like about this track and all of Ionized tracks is how realistic they are, and kind of how much work you put into making them look like the real thing. So this track is you know, as realistic as you're gonna get, and as this was one of his older MX tracks, some of his new ones are just amazing. And you know, I think, I don't know if I said this, but I think Ionized is probably one of my favorite forgers, just because of how much work and effort he puts into his tracks. But this just about wraps up this track, so definitely give it a try. This next map is, this one I think is called Affliction, and this is a motocross supercross track made by Ionized, obviously. And another thing, like the track before this, is the starting gates kind of take a little while, but you know, that's about the only thing, and that's not, and it's not a reason to not race this map. I mean, so, you know, don't get in a fuss about the starting gate taking a while. But one thing I like about this map is that it's very realistic with the kind of how it uses the terrain as jumps, and well laid out and well planned how he's going to use some of the terrain as landings for jumps and turns and other things of that nature. And another thing is I like the burn turns that he uses, and they're simple but they're effective. And I didn't really use it that well there, but they are good. And as you saw in that last jump, I like it how he has these big they're big jumps, but they're still motocross jumps. And he's just one of the best motocross tracks. Actually, he is the best motocross track forger that I've ever seen. So this next map is, what is it? This one is also an MX track, as you can see, but I think this is called Cordova MX. Yes, it's called Cordova MX, and this is a little like the other one, but the layout's a little different, and this one uses more terrain as a for the race, but you know, it still does have some blocks like you saw there. And definitely want to make sure you're going fast around this. You can't really slow down and take it slow to go around this track. And one thing about this track is it's very realistic because it has scenery with like up here it kind of has these seating sections. And yeah, so overall, very great map, like all of his maps. But you know, so very realistic how it uses the kind of the terrain as a is a part of this track, and that's what I like about this, because it's very well laid out and well designed and well planned. This next map is called Electric, and I apologize for having to speed it up, but because if I didn't, the video would be too long. And yeah, so this is, as you can see, a roller coaster, and you know, it's not too difficult. And I think this is one of his, I think this is his first roller coaster. I'm not sure about that, but you know, I like it. Has some good features that racetracks do, and or not racetracks, roller coasters have. There's not, I don't think there are any, or there might be a couple jumps towards the end, but this beginning part's mostly kind of a turn style coaster, and that's kind of how Tamales roller coasters are, RLD hot tamales. He doesn't really have too many jumps, and he more has turn style coaster. And this map is kind of a turn style coaster, but it also has some jumps in it, which is nice. And so if you like roller coasters, but you're not great at them, and you're just kind of starting, this is a good roller coaster map, because it has some great features, and it's good for beginning roller coaster riders, but it is not a waste of time, and you should definitely check it out. This next map is called Endorphins. Yeah. This next map is called Endorphins, and I'm assuming this is a battle track because of the bordering, and it's uncheatable, and I think it works with rally. But as you can see, it is a double wide sky track track, and yeah. So usually Ionized doesn't make too many double wide tracks. He's more of an MX, and as the last video showed, he also made a roller coaster. But this map is I like this map a lot, and there's no jumps in it because I'm not really sure why, but there's no jumps in it, and it's more of a rolling hills, winding turn style track, and nice and wide, so it's good for multiple people. And
checkpoint reached.
Yeah. So this next map is called the
checkpoint
lvsx, which means Las Vegas Supercross. And this map, I love this map because of how realistic it is, and because yeah, basically how realistic it is, and how lifelike it is. And if you guys haven't been to the Las Vegas Supercross, you would realize that this is pretty much the best interpretation and remake of the track that you can get. And
checkpoint reached.
And the layout and the design, not the design, but basically how well everything works. It just works very smoothly and very consistently going through the jumps and turns. So this is definitely one of his better tracks. That was definitely one of his better MX tracks. This next track, as you can see, is also a MX track, which is not surprising because he makes a lot of MX tracks. And I believe this one is called MSR-SX, and it's kind of a short MX track, but most MX tracks aren't extremely lengthy, so you should definitely give this one a try, but it's not a waste of time because it's short. It does have some nice jumps and a nice, well laid out, and looks nice overall. So this next map is called Nightmare, and it is a kind of a hybrid track. It's a double wide sky track type thing, but it also has some terrain racing at the very end, which is nice because some tracks that are only dedicated to one thing can get boring. So if you mix it up a little and yeah, stuff like that, it makes it interesting. And one thing about this track is it has some jumps in it, and it also has some winding turns, so it's kind of a hybrid track. It's a hybrid it's a hybrid double wide track because it's rolling hills, but also has some jumps in it. And usually people don't pair those together, but there's some people that do. And it's also a double wide and a terrain, as you're about to see up here. So nice map, nice design, and well laid out. And yeah.
Checkpoint reached.
This next map is called Smokahontas, and it is another double wide track. And so this map has some nice turns, nice and smooth, well laid out. And this is more a map with the curvy turns and the white rolling hills and stuff like that. And I'm not sure if there's any jumps, I don't remember. But so this map is nice. I think it's one of his older ones. And you know, it's not extremely long, but for a it's not an extremely long racetrack, but for a double wide, it is actually a pretty good length, because most double wide tracks are short because they run out of materials to build with. So you know, if you're a double wide track racer, you should definitely check that one out. This next map is called Surfside MX, and this is another good map, and it's one of the longest motocross tracks that I've seen. And I really like this one because of kind of how much room you have to run with. And I know I said this before, but the starting gates kind of take a while to spawn in, but you know, you can get over it. And I like the turns in here. Most people use, when they make a motocross track, they use that dish thing to make the turns, and usually don't do it right. But because Ionized is an experienced motocross track maker, he knows how to use them effectively and not make a poor map. And one thing I like about this track is most of the jumps are big, and they're not there's not too many of these small little jumps. It's about even, it switches off. But one thing about motocross tracks is kind of a little tip is you're going to want to stay to the outside when you're about to turn, and if you have to, kind of switch in the middle of a jump. I know that's kind of inconsiderate to other racers, but if you're racing and you want to win, you're going to have to kind of be a jerk, so cut people off if necessary. And this jump at the end, coming up after these whoops, I like this a lot because it's a very big motocross jump, and not these ones, but it's a very big motocross jump, and that's why I like it. So this just about wraps up this video, guys. I hope you liked it, especially you, Ionized. So thanks for watching. Please see the description for related info and the download link. Thanks, guys.